Assalamu alaikum to everyone. So this is Abdur Razzak, student of Logistics and Supply Chain Management in QUIPS, and today I'm heading to talk about my speech draft regarding childhood obesity. So let's start. So obesity has been called the new American epidemic by many doctors. It is estimated that 58 million Americans living in the United States are obese, and that 8 out of 10 people who are over 25 are overweight. So, obesity is easily America's fastest growing health concern. This condition, though, is not limited to American adults. Doctors have recently found that nearly 13% of all American children suffer from this problem, and that statistic seems to rise each year. So, understanding the jump in childhood obesity rates is directly linked to understanding obesity itself. The American Academy of Pediatricians defines childhood obesity as occurring in kids who have a BMI of more than 30. Other institutions suggest that a child whose body weight is at least 20% higher than a child of a similar height is obese. No matter what the exact definition, obesity is simply stated excess body fat. So, why though is obesity such a concern? I mean, an extra Twinkie or two can't really harm a kid, can it? Actually, yes, it can. So, obesity can not only increase the risk and of psychological problems in kids, such as eating disorder, depression, and anxiety problems. So, it can also put children at risk for all sorts of psychological problems. These problems include heart disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes. In fact, 45% of all new cases of juvenile type 2 diabetes are obesity linked. So, childhood obesity increase the risk of orthopedic problems because kids are forced to carry extra weight that their bone structures simply cannot handle. So, both legs and arthritis are increasingly present. Obese kids also have more skin disorders than children of a healthy weight. Obesity increases the skin area subject to folds, which in turn increases problems like heat rash and dermatitis. All of this can create serious problems for the child and our health care system. And in 1979, hospital costs associated with childhood obesity were $35 million, and at the end of the decade, they had risen to $127 million. And some may suggest that the rise in childhood obesity rate is due to naturally occurring medical conditions like hypothyroidism and Cushing syndrome. For each child who demonstrates these conditions, a medical professional should carefully evaluate symptoms of obesity. Most doctors suggest that the occurrence of these problems in children is quite low. And however, the obesity epidemic is linked to more serious societal issues like low physical activity levels and poor eating habits. And there is little doubt that childhood obesity rates are on the rise, and treatments for the problem may be simpler than you think. The best treatment for the problem on a societal level is prevention, and we can accomplish prevention by increasing the number of mothers who breastfeed their babies, breastfeeding released the introduction of solid food of 6 months of age, and other measures include limiting the television and video game intake of toddlers and older kids alike, providing healthy, low-fat, nutritious snacks and meals for kids of all ages helps, as well as creating family exercise plans. So, if obesity is already present, treatment should include a manageable weight loss plan, behavior modification therapies, and nutrition counseling, and an exercise plan. So, childhood obesity is on the rise, and clearly everyone is at risk from the effects of this devastating condition. So this unknown problem in American needs attention. Our children are our future, so it is unacceptable to put them at risk for obesity and the health problems associated with being overweight. By advocating healthy diets, exercise, and education, the country can end the rapid increase in childhood obesity. So here is all about my childhood obesity. So thank you everyone, and thanks for having patience.